After Robert left for the hardware store, the quiet inside the house settled into a deeper stillness than usual. The ticking clock above the stove sounded louder than it had a few minutes earlier, each second passing with patient precision. I stood up from the kitchen table and walked slowly through the house, moving from room to room the way someone might walk through a museum of their own life. The living room looked exactly the same as it had the night before. The beige sofa Robert insisted was the most comfortable thing he had ever sat on. The framed photographs along the wall showing Daniel at different stages of his life. A 6-year-old boy in a baseball uniform. A teenager holding his first driver license with an awkward smile. A young man standing beside Rachel on their wedding day, both of them looking hopeful and proud. I paused in front of that wedding photo longer than I expected. Rachel looked almost shy in that picture, her arm wrapped around Daniel while the afternoon sunlight fell across the church steps behind them. I remembered how carefully she had thanked everyone who attended that day, how politely she had hugged me before leaving for their honeymoon. Back then I believed she had joined our family with honest intentions. Standing there now, I wondered how long she had been planning the quiet confidence she showed at dinner. I moved past the photographs and walked toward Robert's small office near the back of the house. The door was slightly open. Inside, the room smelled faintly of old books and the lemon polish he used on his desk. His computer sat on the corner of the desk beside a neat stack of folders. Robert had always been organized. Even after retiring from his business, he kept records of everything from utility bills to warranty receipts for appliances we no longer owned. I did not touch the folders. Not yet. Instead, I sat down slowly in the chair across from the desk and let my eyes move across the room. The window looked out over the backyard where the oak tree we planted 20 years ago now stretched tall above the fence line. Sunlight filtered through its leaves, casting shifting shadows across the grass. It struck me that Rachel had likely spent time in this room during some of those afternoon visits. The thought arrived quietly but refused to leave. I stood again and walked back into the hallway, stopping near the coat rack by the front door. Robert's spare jacket still hung there beside mine. I slipped my hand into one of the pockets without thinking, expecting to find nothing more than a receipt or perhaps a set of spare keys. Instead, my fingers brushed against something smooth and rectangular. I pulled it out slowly. It was a small white envelope with no writing on the outside. For a moment, I simply held it, feeling the slight weight of whatever was inside. Then I opened it carefully. Inside was a folded piece of paper from a medical clinic located about 15 miles across town. I did not recognize the name of the clinic immediately, but one line on the paper caught my attention right away. Appointment confirmation. Patient name, Rachel Collins. The date listed was 2 weeks earlier. My eyes moved slowly across the rest of the page. Robert's name appeared near the bottom as the person responsible for billing information. I stood there in the quiet hallway for several seconds, the paper still in my hand, while a calm understanding settled deeper inside me. Rachel had not whispered that secret without reason, and Robert had not been nearly as unaware as he pretended to be.